Is it just this place, man?
Oh, this place is like our man cave. We talked about it once. We talked about it again.
You saw me an hour ago.
Yeah, you were miserable.
I don't know what happened.
Miserable little prick.
I would have been diagnosed with depression, severe.
Yeah.
Dr. Ryan Todd would have diagnosed me on the spot.
You were not a happy little camper.
I don't know.
Like I saw you coming off the bus and you're like all hunched over, all mad.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. I was in the doldrums.
Usually you're super excited pre, and during, and then post on podcast.
Pre was terrible, but I'm here now.
You sure are.
I feel excited.
That
I feel
smile,
great.
that smile. You know what it is? You started smiling when you saw Jeff.
You know what? Jeff's my secret weapon.
Yes, exactly.
He's my secret weapon.
He's your secret weapon.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good weekend. I went to...
you look good. There's something different about you.
It's the hair. You know what it is? People say
Did you get a haircut? No, there's something different.
No, it's a haircut.
Weight, hair, what is it?
It's a little combination. I run a lot, but to be honest, it's the haircut. I had a lot of hair last week.
It's the chair, I think.
It's also the chair.
The chair makes him look taller than you, Dimitri.
At 5'11", you'd think, how much taller could Mitch want to be?
At 5'11".
So this 5'11" thing, I don't know if I've ever told you,
511
it has started a
centimeters.
huge controversy in my family. Like, people argue with me constantly. And I keep telling them, I'm like, 5'11", this is what I do. This is who I am. And they're like, you're not 5'11". I'm like, yeah, I am. And buddy, you should see the amount of fights I cause. It's so funny.
That's amazing. They're all calling you out. I'm really a pioneer.
I don't know what they're calling out. At 5'11", why do they care so much how tall I am? I don't seem to understand. But they just continuously badger me on it and want to bring it up. Yeah,
that's
it's
interesting.
Crazy. Yeah.
So, but when you were trying out for the part of Mickey on Seinfeld,
right,
and you didn't get it,
no.
Were you just?
I was too tall for this.
You were too tall. You were too tall by 3 inches.
Like 3.5, 4 inches. The producer said, "Yeah."
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. It happens. So this weekend, I went to one of the best comedians of all time. If you're a big comedic guy, I ended up my beautiful wife, along with my sister and my amazing mother-in-law. She got us tickets.
By the way, before you go any further, it's about time. I got to give a shout out to your mother-in-law, the Diane,
the D.
She's amazing, and just Diane, thank you for. You're always thinking about how to help us with the podcast.
Yeah,
whether
true.
It's bringing on guests, whether it's giving us articles, ideas. I really appreciate that, and I just want to get it out there.
Yeah, well, thank you on behalf of her. Thank you.
There you go.
And thank you, Diane, from me as well. I tell you all the time, I love you. Russell Peters, saw him on the weekend. Great show. I have to. Two things I want to say. Number one, the Saddle Dome. This guy's still selling out the Saddle Dome. It was crazy.
Incredible for a comedian.
It really
is. To sell out such a large crowd.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
And the second thing is, what's kind of cool is like you walk into the Saddle Dome and there's like, I would say it was about 15,000 people, a lot of people. And you start realizing, you're like, wow, that's a lot of people that all like the same thing. It's like we all like comedy, but we all like Russell Peters comedy.
Right.
The event was awesome, big, really exciting, good pregame show. Like the guy that came on before was really funny as well.
That's important because I
gotta give this guy even more props. Not just because he was good. Turns out, like you could tell, I don't know, maybe I'm just a little crazy. I could tell he's a little off. I could tell he wasn't himself. Turns out the poor dude, his house was being evacuated as he's doing the show.
He's got a house
down in California and it was being evacuated. And he was still a professional, still gets on stage, making people laugh when inside the guy's probably crying. Like, full props to the man. Congratulations, Russell.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm dead serious. It was crazy, man. So I got a lot of props for that.
See, that's the thing, because you got Jay Cutler, who had like, who had a tear in his underwear that couldn't play.
Yeah.
And here you got Russell Peters.
Here you go.
His house is burning down.
He gets a text right before he gets on, hey, your house is being evacuated.
I got a show. I got to
go
to Calgary.
I have 15,000 Calgarians ready to make excited.
Well, they're not going to have anything else in the near future.
Exactly.
So I might as well give them something.
Exactly.
Which
Wow.
We'll get to.
Way to go, Calgary. Voting no on the Olympics. 60%, 56%. Let's just round up.
No.
Because this is the way I used to do it in school. I rounded up. Like, technically it should be 55, but I'm rounding to the round number 60.
Keep it at 56.
Okay, 56%.
I want it accurate.
40% came out to vote, which was just as many that came out to vote to find out who the mayor of the city was going to be. That many people came out to say yes or no, and in an overwhelming amount of people came out and said, nope, we don't want the Olympics.
Great job,
That's
Calgary.
surprising, yeah.
Great job. Oh, good for you. You know, all you no voters, you know what? Screw you.
Yeah.
You know, screw you. I mean, sure, we don't like investment. We don't like having some of the infrastructure that would, $2 billion that was going to be given to us to help in lieu of these. We don't like that.
No, not at all. You know where the blame is? Like, look, two things. I'll say again. I really like the fact that this went down to a plebiscite. I think good on the government, good on our city council people to say, let the people decide, okay? I'll give them that. That it was a democratic process. We said, yes, no, you guys decide. Because it's a lot of money, however you want to look at it, right? But where I'm a little upset is the yes team, the team of yesers that had a huge budget of $1.4 million, depending on who you talk to, but they had over $1 million to play with to try to convince the people to say yes. And they lost to Team No that had basically pens and some sheets of paper and somehow won and overwhelmingly won.
Yeah, and 4 dioramas.
Yeah.
Like
how do you lose?
Legitimate dioramas.
This is like going to war and you have the tanks and the other guys have the slingshots and the slingshots end up winning.
I was actually going to say slingshot.
Like, it's crazy.
You know what? Shame on them, 100%. See, I'm on the other side. I don't like the fact that they let the people vote it. First of all, we have elected officials.
Yeah.
People that are our voice. And I'm just disgusted in the fact that if the city council and all of their committees and everything looked at this and understood, because they're all upset.
Right.
90% of the city councilors are upset that people voted no.
Right.
If you're that upset and you knew it was going to be a good idea, enough with the politics. Make a decision. I don't even understand why they let us vote.
Right.
I'm serious.
Well,
we already voted for Nenshi to be mayor and the councilors to be where they are.
You know what? You're absolutely right, but I'm going to deflect that a little bit and just say this. It was a lot of money. The problem is we didn't know how much. That's where this all landed.
There. The disclosure was
that was the biggest
terrible
problem. But then, Team Yes, you had a lot of money to play with. Make numbers up, Team Yes. Team Yes, you should have been making up numbers. Lie. Exactly. You don't need $1.4 million to lie. Lie your ass off.
You know what bugs
and figure it out after.
Yes. The Greeks have been doing that for years. Look where we are now.
Exactly.
Great shape.
This is what we should have did.
Oh,
you know what?
Where was I?
Where were you?
Where was I with the pitch?
You should have been calling to volunteer your time.
Unbelievable. See, that's my fault.
I blame you for the reason that we don't get the
Is it all my fault?
It could possibly be.
100%. The secret weapon.
You were the secret weapon.
You know what upsets me? I love all the people that said no. Everyone out there that goes, no, they're going to raise taxes. You buffoons, they're going to raise taxes anyways. But now we're just going to raise taxes with nothing to show for it. Good freaking job.
Well,
the other thing, I got into it with a recently nominated member of the UCP party.
Well, okay.
Who was very adamantly against the Winter Olympics, Mitch.
Oh, really?
Very, very much. And the argument, I don't mind the argument. I don't mind the side of the argument.
Right.
The argument is this. For 10 days of glory, he says, for a very small, limited amount of time, do you know what we could do with the money we're going to spend in place of just having the Olympics? Do you know what we could do with it? So then I challenged him. I said, okay, if it votes no, is there going to be a plan in this government or next government to just utilize that money then? Can we still spend it? Couldn't answer. Number 2, I said, okay, hold on. The Olympics are 8 years away. Do you mean to tell me that you forecast that our economy is going to be in the same shitter 8 years from today's vote? I mean, I just think the people that voted no, I'm sorry, you guys did not have the foresight to understand that 8 years are going to go by before this happens and that the next decade, next generation, I just think you voted on today's politics. You have no idea what's happening 8 years from now. I'm sorry, you guys are idiots.
I got a question. Is that you? Is this your coming out party? Is this you saying you're going to run?
I'm running for politics, Mitch. That's it. And I'm running against you. You know who you are. But I said to him, I go, you're telling me that the economy is going to be in the shitter 8 years from now?
You can run against me. Use my address.
I'll use your
You
address.
use my
I use
address
your
and you
address.
run against them.
Well, I need an office.
I think oil's going to be like $200 a barrel, and we won't have to worry about the Tampa Bay Lightning anymore.
That's
Thank you. Amen, Jeff. The
Way to
voice
go,
of
Jeff.
reason.
Exactly.
I see campaign manager in the future.
Oh boy, I like it. I like.
I got it.
Does he have to wear a tie?
I got it. No.
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 You're not going to change him now.
No sleeves allowed, Jeff.
Unreal. So I
That's where I stand. I'm sorry.
fair enough. Hey man,
Thanks, guys. You
bottom line,
ruined it.
the city has spoken overwhelmingly. They voted no, and hey, we move on. But later on in the podcast, we're going to give all those people that are going, well, now what do I do? We're going to tell you what you're going to do. In the MAGA MALAKA section today, we are going to tell you what you can do during the winter now that Calgary doesn't have the Olympics.
That's right. I mean, and we're probably not going to have the Flames either as a result.
Probably
Again,
not.
Way to go.
So we're giving
But
you
we're
tons
gonna-
of stuff.
You'll say there's nothing to do in this city.
Yeah. Oh, no, we came up with tons of stuff for you
there's-
guys to do.
Oh,
Don't you worry.
amazing.
Don't you
This
worry.
will put us on the
Real
map.
locker room talk is here.
Disneyland,
Yeah.
Universal Studios.
Get out of here.
Get out.
Move.
Calgary.
Too expensive,
Calgary
apparently.
2026
Too expensive.
is where
No-
you want to be.
Absolutely. Perfect. Now, speaking of that, we last week after I left this podcast, I had to run down to our local Repsol place, which is our big sports complex here, because I have a basketball game. And Tasso, one of our past guests here, I needed an extra player. And so he called upon me. I called upon him. I said, hey, dude, we really need you. Turns out Tasso shows up and I'm introducing. Well, Mandu, the only three-time guest guest on this. Well, I go to introduce them, but I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, they already know each other. Well, they had known each other. They'd never met.
Get out of here.
So it was kind of
Not
fun
in
to see how
passing in
the
the
real
community?
locker room talk, the minute they were like, oh, you're Tasso. Oh, you're Mandu. And they became best friends. And Tasso was unconscious last week. You know that scene
heard.
of Old School where Will Ferrell is in a debate and he's about to debate top-notch debate guy?
Where am I? Where am I? Yeah. He just
Tasso
spews
was
out
like
there.
that. We passed Tasso the ball, and he started lading up the threes. And for those that have never seen Tasso in physical form, he's about what, 6'2", 6'3"-ish?
Yeah.
He's a bigger guy, and he's draining the threes, but he was unconscious, you guys. We ended up losing the game. It's a long story, but
he did his
Tasso
part.
literally did his part. So props to Tasso and props to the locker room because you guys came out and saved the day.
We are bringing
once again
people together.
We are bringing them
we're almost
together.
like the Tinder of sports podcasts.
We are the Tinder of sports.
We're
Yeah,
just
that's
you
exactly
swipe
it.
any which way you want.
Yeah.
We'll make the match. We'll match you up.
You know-
Anything you want. You know what I love about the roster
What do
too?
you- yeah.
This is what I love. Shout out to our California crew.
Absolutely.
The California crew. D Moore, Daniel M, my man, my boy, and I know you're listening to me.
Yeah.
I miss you. Okay? Just throwing it out there. I miss you.
I saw what he started. He
Now
started
he comes
crazy.
on. He goes. He's in a fantasy league.
Right.
He's 5-5.
Exactly.
Cusp of the playoffs.
Exactly.
So close. He could taste it.
He can- yeah.
You know, he's got the free sample in the mail, but he wants to go to the store now.
Right, now he wants
to
to go.
get the full 32-ounce kit.
Exactly.
What does he do? Doesn't know where to turn.
No.
He comes to the roster. He comes to the Facebook locker room roster.
And now he's about to win.
He's
gonna
going to win.
the
He goes,
fantasy.
guys, I got a trade pending. What are we going to do? Right away.
Boom.
We tell him to do it. You tell him, Tasso. You know, Tasso is like, hold on. What kind of league is it?
Good point.
Right? Coach Paul.
Coach Paul got in
Coach
there.
Paul's like, timeout.
Time, yep.
Daniel, don't make no decisions.
Yeah.
You send a screenshot over.
He-
Let
he-
me analyze this. The roster came together.
That's right. It's a beautiful harmony. This time of the year.
It brought a tear to my eye.
It was beautiful. It was watching like our kids grow, wasn't it?
Should we tell him what's happening next year?
Don't
I
say
alluded
anything.
to it.
Don't
Should
say
we tell
anything.
him
Not
next?
yet. Not yet.
Is
not
it
yet.
too early?
Not yet. Too early. Too early.
Okay.
Now we're bringing people together, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do
I
that.
love it. But what's tearing us slightly apart? Slightly. There's a slight tear in this.
Oh.
Is your gout? Your phone calls this week were out of control. You pocket dialed me or called me, and I feel like gout was the reason that this was happening.
You guys, I thought
I think it's affecting your brain.
that I had bested Gout.
Yeah.
Gout decided to take a run at me. I hit it with some steaks,
Right.
some wine,
Yeah.
things you're not supposed to. Didn't do anything. Then I went out to console a friend over a few too many beers. Boom! It starts to come back. It hits me again. Well, I'm trying to control this thing. It's pretty much gone now.
Yeah.
Look at this mobility.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at
Wow.
that mobility. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But then it did the unthinkable.
What?
You remember in the Matrix, in the second one?
Yeah.
You know, when Mr. Smith and Neo, they were, and this is for you, G Money, because I know you can relate.
He gets it.
You remember they were, they're fighting with each other, but somehow Mr. Smith got into the phone and he got into the human life.
Right.
He got on the Nebuchadnezzar with like Neo and everyone and the whole gang.
Yeah.
Well, that's what GOUT's doing. It's breaking the barrier of the body. It attacked my phone.
Attack your phone is right.
My phone is suffering from gout.
It's weird, man. I didn't realize it was this kind of epidemic. It is out of control. Your phone calls the other day were so out of control. I didn't know what was going on. I was actually, again, worried.
It came out of
Katrina's
nowhere.
like, what's wrong? Why are you so worried? I'm like, it's his gout. She's like, yeah, but I'm like, it's attacking his phone now.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fully
Not good. Not
it's
good.
attacking my phone.
Well, I'll tell you what gout has also probably been a part of. And I don't know how it got involved in here.
The no vote?
No, even crazier than that. Last week on this podcast, we were laughing because we're like, how does Quinville, the coach of the Blackhawks, get fired? And he's sitting at home, chilling out,
Another
listening to us.
three-time club member.
Three-time Stanley Cup champ.
champion. He's in there with
second
Manu.
all-time in
wins.
In wins. And I don't know how many phone calls he's received, but he's sitting back relaxing. And then we were talking about Hugh Jackson. And Hugh Jackson's on this media tour going, I can't believe I got fired.
With only, he's in a 3 club, but it was only 3
Exactly.
wins.
Three
in
wins
3 seasons.
and 40. And we said last week on this exact podcast, we're like, this guy, there is no way this guy will ever find a job again. No way. Well, a week later, ladies and gentlemen, the Armageddon is amongst us.
Not just any
It is
job.
coming.
Not just any job. This wasn't,
Yeah.
oh, no one's going to hire me in the NFL. I guess I'm going to have to go to Aussie Rules Rugby.
Or you couldn't just sneak them in the back of your personnel.
Or I might have to be like a snooker coach or something. No.
Something.
Across the pond.
Exactly.
In Cincinnati.
Exactly.
He lands not just any job.
No.
An advisory role?
Special assistant to the head coach.
Oh.
So for all you Bengal fans out there, I would be livid right now. Now, granted, you guys started 4-0, and since then you have sucked horribly.
See, someone's got to do a new. See, if we had the budget, this is where you got to replace. Remember, the Bears are who we thought they were.
Right.
This is the Bengals are who we thought they were.
Absolutely. And so, what do you guys do? You go. Your head coach might be. I was about to say what a dumb move, but what if it's the smartest move? And he goes, I'm in a super hot seat right now. I'm about to get fired. Why don't I bring good old Hugh, my boy, over to sit next to me? And if things go sideways, hey, it was this guy. It was this guy.
He came from Cleveland.
And think about it. What's Hugh going to do? He's like, I have a 3-40 record. You're out of here. I think this could be the smartest move of all time by Marvin Lewis. Could be brilliant.
I do not know how this is going to play out.
Who is this guy's agent? Whoever this guy is.
Yeah, good point. Whoever Hugh's agent is,
Wow.
deserves every raise in the book.
Absolutely, man. Wow. I just wanted to say that because last week we kind of made fun of it. And then a week later, this guy scores an awesome job again as a head coach, basically. Like a coaching job, anyways, right away. Not even a week later. So for all those that think you have to exceed at what you do, just know the right people.
Absolutely.
That's all it's about. All right. From there, we go to this week. We had the NHL. The NHL did their Hall of Fame inductees. And one of the people that got inducted was Bettman. So as of...
So Jeff, tell us how you really feel.
That was amazing. So Gary Bettman, commissioner of the NHL, gets himself on the builders list. He is now Hall of Famer Gary Bettman.
Active. And he's still active. Like, that's like Sidney Crosby getting in the Hall of Fame right now.
Let me ask you a question. Now, this guy's been the
But he
commissioner
deserves it.
through 3 work stoppages. 3. And maybe a 4th is on its way. We don't know.
Could be.
Could be.
They're
Does he
saying that.
deserve to be in the builders thing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, I don't know about the timing. I don't know about the decision for the timing for him to be in now. But, yeah, I'm not sure what that was motivated from. If someone knows better, please indulge. But, yes, he is deserving to be in the Hall of Fame regardless. It doesn't upset me that they put him in now. Yeah, he was there for 3 work stoppages, but I don't know if... Look, his job was to grow the game. He did it. His job was to build the brand. He did it. Protect the ownership. He did it. And I think a lot of people, before we get onto this whole Gary Bettman hates or Canadian teams tangent, just stop it. That is the biggest load of nonsense I've ever heard in my entire life. Gary Bettman does not hate Canadian teams. Gary Bettman understands the value of the American dollar versus the Canadian dollar. If he hated it so much, he wouldn't have prospects that want to put arenas in Kansas City and, well, now Seattle and whatnot, and move Winnipeg ahead of that, okay? So let's just pump the brakes there. Lest we forget that Gary Bettman, had it not been for him and all the work that he's done, Pittsburgh Penguins have a Stanley Cup and stayed in the team because of him. Mm-hmm. The Chicago Blackhawks have done the same thing. And you know what? If I'm the owner of the Arizona Coyotes, I've said this before, I want to know that a guy like Gary Bettman is at bat when I'm putting millions and millions of dollars in an investment. So you know what? God bless him. He's done everything great for the game to make it bigger and, in my opinion, better. And life is good. God bless him.
I think I just don't understand the timing of it. I'm with you on that. Like, with everything you said, I agree. But this all could have waited until he was done.
I don't know why now.
They must have been light on people to add to the Hall of Fame.
Maybe.
They must have been.
Maybe there's one of those prerequisites where you have to have X amount of players, X amount of personnel staff or something. Maybe or maybe he's close to retiring. You know what?
But still, just wait.
You know what I wonder too? Do you think he's got maybe an underlying health issue where they're like, hey, bump it up early? I don't know.
You never know. You never know.
As we start rumors for
I don't know. Now, speaking of the NHL, this is the last thing I want to talk about in banter before we get into the itinerary and the rest of the podcast.
After the appetizers
appetizer's over. I got a quick question. So the other night I'm watching hockey highlights, right? Yeah. And it's Columbus Blue Jackets, Dallas Stars. They're going at it. And Jamie Benn from the Stars gets into a fight with some guy. I can't remember. I totally apologize, guys. I should have wrote it down. But number 77. That's all I remember. Big guy. Good fight. Good tilt. And this started because of something that happened in their last game. Gave him a little bit of a cheap shot. Jamie Benn says, hey, let's roll. And they drop, they go. Later on in that game, Seth Jones, big defenseman from the Blue Jackets, rolls over and body checks, clean body check, another player on Dallas Stars. Again, couldn't remember his name. Well, gives him a clean body check. Next thing you know, Seth Jones has got to drop his gloves and go at it with the guy. Now, two questions here. A, what's the use of having the rule of body checking in hockey? Is if you body check and then that means you have to fight with somebody. B, what would that be like in real life? Okay. If let's say I can't close a deal, and so does that mean somebody from my team has to go over to the other side and start a fight? Like, it's so crazy to me that that's like part of their code. That like, you hit my guy, that's it. Let's go. We got to fight each other. Like, it's crazy to me.
That is. Yeah, that would be like me calling someone and then saying, no, no, I'm good. And then, and then sending someone else to like run over to their office and beat them up.
Yeah, exactly. It's so nuts to me. But
like, you do not do that.
I want to bring this up in a later podcast where we talk about the actual codes of sports, especially hockey, because I think they got some crazy ones. But I just think it's funny in real life. Imagine that was what it was, right? Like, I have a deal going, and another bank beats me out. And so I basically go over to that branch and I just kick the crap out of somebody in that branch.
Whoever's there.
Yeah, whoever's there. I just grab the teller,
you gotta go.
pull them over, and I start beating on them.
And if they're closed, then you got to hit the ATM. You got to hit. You got to go.
You got to do something.
First of all, we have to do the code episode because I think we've teased it for like 17 weeks.
Easily.
Yeah, it feels that way. Maybe from episode 1. Who knows? You know what? I agree with the fight after the hit if it's against the star player.
But it wasn't.
But it's not. And it's kind of annoying. Like, for crying out loud, just take a hit. Like just let them play. Like, oh, you hit me.
Well, just put it like this. I would understand the fight if you're not allowed to body check. If you're not allowed and he hits you, then you're like, oh, let's roll, man. Let's do this. Yeah. But when body checking's allowed and it was a clean hit, then why do you need to defend the guy that got hit? I don't understand that part.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's so weird to me.
Yeah, it is weird.
And the funny thing is, I bring this up to a good buddy of mine who's a big hockey guy. He goes, you just don't get it, man. That's his defense. You just don't get it.
Okay, well then explain it.
I know, and you just don't get it. So that's it. I want somebody to explain it to me because I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why.
Look, what are we regulating here?
Yeah, I don't know.
A guy body checks another guy.
If it's a cheap shot, I get it.
Yes.
If body check was allowed, I get it.
For me, it's okay if it's star players. Like, even if it's a big hit, big clean hit on, let's say,
Crosby.
Sure, Crosby.
Your boyfriend, yeah.
Well, I was going to use another guy, but we'll go to Crosby or McDavid or anyone. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah, go after him. You got to let him know that it can't be touched.
Okay.
But if it's someone that's on the third line and there's a collision at center ice, like, let it go.
It's the ethics. It's the ethics of hockey. All right,
Brutal.
well, there it is. That's a little bit of the appetizer, as you said. I like that analogy.
Yeah, it was
there
a
it
good
is.
one.
Little rant, little startup section.
Yeah, we went through the menu.
Man, did you get a little worked up with the Olympics?
I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want
to go back?
No,
You wanna
I
go
don't.
back?
Let's go.
You idiots.
Show itinerary today. What do we got?
I want to talk Olympics again, but I'm not going
No,
to.
no.
No. Look, we're going to talk the NFL.
We gotta talk
we gotta
NFL.
we got to talk about what happened in this past week.
Exactly.
And a little competition.
And some things that didn't happen.
Yeah. That's the better way to put it. So
We're going to talk some NBA.
Yeah.
Some things happened again there.
Hey, apologize, roster. We wanted to fit it in last week, but we got it. We got it in this week, and we were dedicating some time. You can bet on that.
Sportsfolio.
Talk about betting.
We're still doing our thing.
We're doing our thing,
Maybe not the best week,
but not the worst week.
not the worst week.
We're still up.
And then MAGA or MALAKA.
I just can't wait for this.
So we'll go straight into the NFL, right?
Yeah, let's just so jump into the end. Whoa.
There you go.
I know what you tried to do, Mitch.
Yeah.
You were baiting me.
I baited
You tried to mess me up.
I tried to mess you up.
And to just get right into it.
That's
but I'm
right.
not going to do that.
No.
You want to know why?
Why?
Well, I'll tell you why. And Jeff, cue the music, because we got to give to you the Macro Mind Media metrics of the week.
Macro.
Mind Media metrics. MacroMindMedia.com are the geniuses behind RealLockerRoomTalk.com. At Headversity, at Macromind Media. Check out the portfolio. You need a website. You need some traction. You need some people to get you on the map, give you some real metrics. Absolutely. That's who you're coming to. So thank you, macromindmedia.com. I just want to spit a couple metrics over your way as well. You know what? I lied last week. The working population is not 700,000. It's actually more like 900,000 in Calgary, which means it would have cost a lot less money for each taxpayer over the course of 8 years to get the Olympics. Yes, I did go there. Mitch, you know what? I'm not done. So thank you very much. This is the week where Macromind gives good metrics. Calgary, thanks for the shitty metrics.
I warned you all. He was in a bad mood before.
Bad mood, Jerry. Bad mood. But you know who else doesn't screw? You know, speaking of Olympics, you know who doesn't screw up the Olympics?
Who does?
The Greeks.
That's right.
Because we started it, and we were the poor country of 10 million Greeks managed to rustle up an Olympics.
Exactly.
Sure, we don't need the baseball diamond, and we went into an economic recession. But I'll tell you what, condoms never seen sales like that. Never. Okay. But speaking of Greeks, we're also on Agape Greek Radio, AGAPE, GreekRadio.com. Mitch, you can listen to us Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Great things. And I want to throw a congratulations out there because the Agape Greek Radio team had the proud honors of not just the Vixen and Jackal Best Ethnic Show, Ethnic Radio Show Canada. They won an award. But Stan the man.
Stan the man.
The guy is the man. Okay? He's winning everything.
You did it all again, Stan.
You did it. Hey, look, you know what? Next Olympic committee, Stan's got to be on it.
Stan's got to run it.
He would have made a yes vote
Easily. For sure.
The Stan plan.
Wow. I like that.
Stan plan.
That's nice.
That's what we got.
I hope Stan appreciates how much you pop him.
Yes, he does.
I think
of course
so,
he
too.
does. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, let's get into NFL.
Let's get into the
Let's
brisket.
do it.
It's I'm going on the food thing here.
That's right. I like that.
You got the appetizer, but we
Yeah.
got the slow cooked brisket now.
Nice.
Get
Now
into
sit
it.
back, relax. Let's cut into that meat. if you will.
I'm rolling up the sleeves.
So this week, great week, a lot of upsets. Like if you guys were worried about Vegas making or losing money over the last 2 weeks, don't worry. They got it all back this week. They got it all back.
Not if you followed the Sportsfolio.
Thanks for the Titans for screwing up everyone's pool, I'm sure. Guaranteed no one took it. And the Buffalo Bills said, hey, last year we made the playoffs. Peterman? Who's Peterman? We got this other guy named Barkley. We're winning, baby. And they crushed the Jets.
So I remember looking. Now I know we have this in Canada. I'm sure in the United States somewhere there's a version of it, but we have the pools.
Right.
So the pools list is, everyone buys a Sports Select ticket.
Right.
And you pick which teams you think are going to win. And usually the winners are anywhere from 1 to 4 people across the nation, at least here in Canada.
Right.
I looked at the ticket last week of all the games and I said, oh, this is one of those easy weeks where everyone's going to win. We're going to have like 2,000 winners and everyone just wins like $200.
Yeah.
No, boy, was I wrong. Upset City.
Yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't believe, not one, not two, not three, a ton of them
Right.
It was scary, Mitch. And I gotta throw this out there.
Sure.
Is it safe to say that you and I, we have our mush squad?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right? We know the Dolphins, the Jets are there, the Giants. Who's the other one? Houston was your mush. Are we ready to put the Atlanta Falcons in the mush squad?
I hate saying it. Look, I'm a big, lately this year, first time ever I've been a huge fantasy guy. So I love the Falcons for the personnel, especially on offense who they have. But 100%, they are a mush team. They're gone. They got to go. And what I mean by go, they're not going to make the playoffs. They're in a really nasty division as well, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's time for Atlanta to be put inside that mush division.
Atlanta, you are officially mush.
I mean, when you had a chance to beat a team that didn't even have a head coach, you're mush. Sorry. You're much.
It's crazy.
Time to roll, boys.
Do you think the coach is the fact? Do you think the coach was the factor? I mean, look, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Hey,
little ironic.
Cleveland knew something.
A little ironic.
You know what's funny? In the 3 years, that Hugh was the coach for the Cleveland Browns,
right?
This new leadership, if you will, has already achieved 33%.
I know.
In one game of his success.
It's crazy. It's
One
crazy.
third.
1/3 already. It's crazy. Now, speaking of mush, speaking of guys that don't show up, Le'Veon Bell. I said it right.
Good for you.
Le'Veon Bell.
You know what's funny?
All week long, I've been studying this name, man.
And you even wrote it phonetically.
Yes, I had to.
I have to give you props.
Thank you.
You have to do what makes you successful.
I don't know why that name just screws
It's that
me up.
L-E. It's the apostrophe.
It throws me off. So he had the opportunity to show up. He had to show up on Tuesday.
Had to do it.
If he shows up, he gets $14.5 million. He'll get the franchise tag put on him just for the remaining amount of years. That's what they would have paid him. He decides no. He listened to the podcast last week. Dimitri, you said, and I said, don't come. Don't do it. Did he actually make the right decision?
I still believe that he did make the right decision because everyone remembers Le'Veon Bell for his stock being extremely high as a running back. He runs the risk of coming back if he doesn't perform stellar. Then it could be, you know, I'll take the injuries out of it because no one plans for injuries. We'll just leave it out there. But if he performs just at par with Connor, he hurts himself.
Right.
And that's the reason why he doesn't want the franchise tag anymore, because he understands that he wants to leave. He wants to get shopped around. I've said it time and time again. Look, Pittsburgh Steelers, Le'Veon Bell has been requesting this over the last 3 seasons. Okay? So just...
Wasn't big news.
Why don't you just cut the guy loose and make a move?
Right.
You know, it hurt my fantasy.
It hurt a lot of people's fantasy. A lot of people hate him now because of what it's done to fantasy. But I think this is a bigger eye-opener to the rest of the league saying, here I am. I'm a good player. I'm one of the best players. In fact, I'm so good, people take me first overall with knowing that I may not show up. That's how talented this guy is. But he basically showed the rest of the NFL that we are not to be, you know, don't expect us 100% to just fall to our knees and be taken. We will stand up for our rights. He wants to make his money. He believes that he should be making 20, 30, whatever it is, $1 million a year. I don't blame him entirely. I don't know if this is going to help his stock in any sort of way. It should. I don't know. I'll give him props for sticking up for himself. He said, you know what?
Yeah.
Sorry. I need my money.
Well, I read it. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, you got my money? Hey, Jimmy, you got my money? Yeah, he was part of the Lufthansa heist.
He was part of it. Well, next year he'll make that much money. He'll make about that much.
Oh, yeah,
money.
he'll heist it for sure. Did
Absolutely.
you see, I was reading on NFL.com that he didn't return Big Ben's text message.
Listen, this guy right now, in a lot of ways, I wonder if the dressing room has become tighter because you can use this easily as a headline going, listen, man, he doesn't want to play with us. The best player, quote unquote, doesn't want to play with us. Let's band together. And you know what? If that's what they're using as a headline, it's working because what they did to Carolina on that Thursday night game last week, bitch slapping is what that was.
I think they covered the over themselves.
I think so. Now,
That was tough.
speaking of pick'ems last week, we decided as a me and you thing,
As a tandem, yes.
it's time for Mitch and Dimitri to pool their beautiful resources together and take on the roster.
Yeah.
First person up.
We've been battling each other for years.
Yeah,
Well,
why
okay.
fight?
Well, just year.
Well, yeah.
I beat you last year. You blew a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean,
you could have been up 5-4, but we realized, last week that by default it actually didn't really count.
That's going to go to an arbitrator later. I'm still not decided on that. But as of right now, we decided.
Ombudsman of sports podcast.
Exactly. We're going to bring in. We last week we reached out to Tasso and we said, you know what, Tasso, why don't you take us on 1-on-nothing?
Because we're pissed
two
off,
on
roster.
one. Come on, Tasso.
We gave you free money 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
To challenge Mitch and I in a bet, and you guys, you bitched out. You didn't have nothing.
Exactly.
So we said, you know what? Challenge us on Pick'em.
Take
Mitch,
it.
how do we do?
How do we do? We lost.
Oh.
So I said to myself, you know what? I like this idea. Me and you against the roster.
Yeah.
And this week, I reached out, and I didn't tell you this because I didn't know how the correlation was here, but I did reach out to Daniel Moore.
Oh!
Because he brought exactly what I want for this podcast. He brought the community together. Last week, I noticed what you did, Daniel, and I said, hey, I'm calling you. And so I sent out a message today, and I said, dude, we'd love if you make your picks against me and Dimitri. And he responded back quickly. Absolutely. So it's on. Daniel versus Dimitri and Mitch on the Pick'em segment.
What a great surprise.
Yes.
Daniel, how are you doing? Yes. I love it.
Here we go. Now, I have Daniel's picks here. All right?
Okay.
So we'll be gentlemen. I know what he's obviously picked, but we're going to go back and forth. We're going to give each other eye signals like we did last week.
Okay, we gotta
Eye
work
signals,
this one.
okay?
So we lost. We can't have.
No.
We can't have the roster
We can't.
up to nothing.
That's right. No.
But we can't be worried.
No, we can't.
I come from deficits. I know
That's
how to
right.
win.
Yes.
So don't worry, Mitch.
No problem.
Don't worry.
We got this.
No pressure.
All right, here we go. First game of the week starts tomorrow.
Okay.
Green Bay at Seattle. I'm going to be a gentleman. We'll let our guest go first. He took Seattle, and he did write in parentheses, sorry. So
I appreciate
he
that.
obviously
Appreciate that,
understands
Daniel.
where
Appreciate
we're coming
it.
from.
And by the way, Daniel, when you made a trade, I have to ask this. Did you take a photo with the handshake in front of the computer? Because if you didn't, I question your trade partner.
So
he knows what that
Daniel's
means.
got
Yeah.
Seattle.
Mitch,
We got
to take Green Bay.
Mitch and Dimitri, right off the bat, Daniel, you're down
Separation.
1 game nothing. In the Sunday morning games, we have Carolina at Detroit. Our pick.
Carolina at Detroit. Mitch, I like Carolina here.
I like Carolina as well, especially Detroit sucks.
They gotta
They're just
bounce
horrible.
back.
So Daniel also has Carolina. In the Cincinnati versus the Ravens. Ravens coming off a bye.
Oh, he's
Daniel
taking Ravens.
has the Ravens.
Of course he is. Yeah. He's a Ravens guy.
He's a Raven guy.
He's a Raven guy.
Oh, I didn't know he was a Raven guy.
Yeah.
Damn it, did.
Cincinnati at the Ravens.
Do we do it? They got Hugh, baby. They got Hugh.
You know what? They changed the coaching. It could be an uplift. He's mad that they won in Cleveland.
No.
We're taking the
Yeah,
Ravens.
we're
Yeah.
exactly.
You almost had me.
I was
You
close. I
almost
wanted
had
to,
me,
but
yeah.
you know what, Cincy? I'm not falling for it again.
No,
Never
no.
again, you sons of guns. Tennessee at Indianapolis. This is our pick.
Tennessee at Indianapolis. This is a little awkward because
Both teams played well last week.
I kind of like Indy at home, Mitch. I don't know what your thoughts are on that one.
You know what? It's a 100% let down game. Tennessee cannot match what they did last week against New England. I'm with you,
Yeah.
Mitch and Dimitri, but Daniel is on that train as well.
On the Colts.
On the Colts.
Beautiful.
In the Dallas-Atlanta game, believe it or not, Daniel goes with the D. He goes, he loves the D. Loves the D.
Loves the D.
Loves the D. Daniel's got Dallas.
You know what? I like the momentum of Dallas, Mitch. I'm inclined to go that pick as well. I mean, we just put and they're playing against Atlanta, hey? Atlanta. See,
Don't fall for this. Don't fall for this. This is the let me down game. Atlanta sucked it last week. They're
Yeah.
This is what they want us to do. We're going to take Atlanta here because Dallas played out of their minds. They're never going to play like that again.
They're going to listen to the podcast.
They're going to listen to the podcast.
and then they're going to say
Exactly.
no, because we have Texas downloads, so they're
That's
you know,
right.
it's correlated.
It's Atlanta. I'm telling you. Follow me on this one,
Done.
baby.
Done. I'll take it.
Atlanta, baby.
I love it.
As much as I think you guys are mush. Tampa Bay at the New York Giants. Giants running a huge win streak of 1. Daniel took the Giants in this game. Do we do it? Do we do it?
Do you want to do a little something here?
No. You know what? No. I don't try. This is a team that put up 500 yards last week and scored 3 points. No, we are not doing it. I'll take them as the win, but I'm not
Okay, I'm just throwing it out there.
I won't do that.
I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Okay.
we have the Houston Texans at Washington. Now, did you hear the craziest stat on this?
No.
That Washington, in all the games they played so far, there's been no lead changes. So if they score first, they've won that game. If they don't score first,
Really?
they've lost. And they're leading their division.
So we'll know who wins in 5 minutes.
Whoever scores first. Doesn't matter, field goal or touchdown.
This is a tough. You know what? I have. Something tells me Washington at home, Mitch.
I love Washington at home. Daniel loves Houston.
Perfect
Love
separate.
it.
So what do we have? 4. We already stole 4 games from Daniel.
Right now we just won it. We just won
Does he
it.
have a chance?
Now in a
Do they
crazy
have
game.
football in California?
Here's a good one for you. Pittsburgh at Jacksonville. Daniel obviously took Pittsburgh.
You know what? I got to agree with him there.
Yeah.
We got to ride that.
There's no- we can't.
I have no confidence in Jacksonville.
In the afternoon games, we got the Denver Broncos at the LA Chargers. We go first.
I think we got to ride Chargers at home.
Yeah. Daniel's no idiot. He took the Chargers as well. Oakland at Arizona. The Battle of the Titans. Daniel took Arizona.
Daniel took Arizona. I just, why Oakland? Why? I got to go Arizona too, Mitch. What do you think? Do you want to go against them? Do you want to take Oakland?
Is there a way that both teams can lose?
Yeah, it could be a tie.
It can be a tie.
Do we get 3 games if they
Oh my
tie?
God. You know what? Yes. This is a new rule we just incorporated.
Sorry, Daniel,
Yep.
but you'll agree with it. We're picking the tie.
Picking the tie.
It counts for 3
games.
3 games.
It's gotta be. You pick a tie? Like an actual tie.
An actual
tie.
We're willing to give this
We're
game
even
to you.
basically giving it to you,
gi-
or we got 3 games
Or
out
we
of
got
it.
3 games.
That's a big-
We're
we're
taking
taking
the
a
tie.
tie.
Hold on.
That's it.
Tie at the end of the game, or it goes into overtime.
No, tie, end game. Tie, end game.
It's risky, and I love it.
I love it.
Okay,
Do
tie.
we
No, we can't. We can't. No, man. I got to stop you now.
all right.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Philly at New Orleans. It's our pick.
Sorry, pick. What do you? I don't.
You know what? You can't go against Philly, or pardon me, New Orleans right now. New Orleans is too
Tough, man. It's
strong.
tough.
It's just they're out of control. They're like unconscious. They just can't stop scoring. They're scoring right now, and they're not even playing the football game.
Okay, let's do it.
Daniel also has New Orleans in the Sunday night game. Oh, wicked for us! Minnesota at Chicago.
Oh wow,
That's the game we should
the
have taken.
purple
as the-
team against Chicago.
Yeah.
Woo!
Daniel has taken Chicago in that game.
That's a good pick. Dan.
That is a good
That's
pick.
a good pick. But
pick,
you know what? The Vikings are coming off the bye. No.
Yeah, they are.
Coming off the bye on Sunday Night Football. What do you think, Mitch? You want to go purple team on this?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
It disgusts me in all my being to do that, but let's do it. We'll take Minnesota. In the Monday Nighter, you got Kansas City at the LA Ram Illuminati. Now, this game was supposed to be played in Mexico City, but they got down there and they're like, hey, remember us? We're supposed to come here this week. The field was atrocious.
Terrible.
So bad that the game has been moved back to LA where the fires are out of control up there. Think about how bad the field is that they're moving the game gladfully back to a state where there's crazy fires going on.
That's incredible.
That's what's crazy. Shame on you, Mexico.
You know what?
Shame on
the
you.
NFL just got caught in an all-inclusive scam. The photos look nice. You know, the TripAdvisor review was great. Everything was great about it. When they showed up, they're like, "Oh, hold on a sec.
Yeah.
this isn't like on the website.
Huh.
You know what's the
problem?
This is unbelievable. I can't believe it got caught.
We said we had grass. There's one patch right there.
I just got Kijiji scammed for a $5 billion pipeline, and now I have to move my NFL game out of Mexico City.
What's the problem?
Terrible.
Horrible.
False advertising.
Daniel has taken the LA Ram Illuminati.
Oh.
We are going to take.
Are we going to do it?
We are going to do it.
Jeff, no.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, Jeff, why don't you cue some music? That's right, because Mitch and I are on the exact same page as this. The LA Illuminati, of course everyone would fall into that trap. Because right now, Mitch and Dimitri are jointly bringing to you the
Kansas City Chiefs as the 5-star.
Money-making matchup of the week.
Boom. Wow.
There
it is.
I don't know what to tell you. That felt
You know
good.
what? Can I tell you something?
That felt good.
When we are on the same page, sir, we are on the same page.
Literally, that felt great.
I'd be lying if I didn't have a little tingling somewhere.
Yeah, I'm halfway home if
So
you know
Daniel-
what I'm saying.
Daniel, good luck to you. You're going to need it because me and Dimitri are back, baby. We're back.
You got a lot of pressure, Daniel. You got a lot of pressure.
But Daniel, thanks again for engaging the locker room. That was
Yes.
awesome. And that's what
Appreciate
you
it.
get when you engage.
That's it.
Who knows? Maybe I'll call you next week, whoever you are, to
If you're
fight
lucky
me and
enough.
Dimitri. If
I
you're
got,
lucky.
I got a plan for someone.
Oh, do you?
I got a plan.
I'll leave that to
I think
you.
it'll be a good one.
All right, from there we go to the NBA. Last
Let's
week we
talk
wanted
about
to
it.
talk a little bit about it, but we couldn't. We didn't have the time to. So when we started the podcast a couple weeks or a year ago, we said which sports do we want to talk about? We want to talk NHL. We want to talk NFL, obviously, and NBA was like kind of that third little
That's right.
brother right there. But we love NBA. The problem is it's kind of like that forgotten guy. Like it is like that third brother. You forget you have him sometimes, but we do want to talk about him because two things came up this week that I want to talk about. Item number one is what's happened with the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors are the best team in the NBA. And if
Hot.
you listen to the podcast a couple of weeks ago, I called them to win it all. It's looking great right now.
Fantastic.
You chose the LA Lakers as kicking ass in the West. Now, they're not doing that. They're 7-6. They're not great, but they're still trying to find that team chemistry. After watching Kawhi Leonard and watching LeBron, I am now more convinced than I've ever been that Kawhi has to go to the Lakers for the Lakers to win anything. Kawhi has got this Toronto Raptors team completely they forgot about DeMar. DeMar is now beyond an afterthought.
Good choice.
Everyone
Raptors.
was crying and going, "Oh, DeMar, I want you back." No, they I don't even think they remember who he is.
I remember when James was on the show.
Yeah,
James, our stats guy.
yeah, analytics.
He's our analytics guy.
Oh, it was Mandu. You're
No. He said it. No, James said it first.
Did he say it first?
Mandu reiterated it.
Controversy. Yeah.
Mandu reiterated it, but James said it first that if you went on an analytic standpoint,
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard analytically is the best player in the NBA.
You're right.
And you look at that and you say, okay, well, analytics will never give that X factor or the eye test. I mean, we see LeBron is the man in the league right now. But hey, guess what?
Yeah.
This guy is not just helping the team, he is taking it to the stratosphere.
Absolutely. Kawhi is doing things that
And
you want
Kawhi,
from
you
the real. you want from your MVP. He doesn't just score. He doesn't just rebound. He makes the guys around him better. Now, LeBron physically is a bigger beast. He is the man. Let's call it what it is. But if LeBron wants to win in LA, I have never been more convinced that he has to get Kawhi's ear. He's got to bring Kawhi. And Kawhi, right now, I don't know what kind of guy. Everyone says Kawhi's kind of a weird gentleman. He's the kind of guy that he did want to go to LA. He's from that area.
Yeah.
So he may end up going there just out of tradition.
He's
but
got a 1 year with Toronto.
I don't know.
right?
I think he's kind of liking the Toronto, like the way the media is there. It's not like overwhelming. It's not crazy. It's not like every single thing that's being done is being, with a fine-tooth comb. You never know. If they keep winning, Kawhi, Toronto, you've got to do everything because I'm telling you, Kawhi is showing the world right now why he is the best pound-for-pound player in the NBA.
You know what? I have to agree. As of right now, this guy is the top overall pick. I couldn't agree more. But he's got this finesse about him too, Mitch. It's incredible what he's doing with that team. But you're right, LeBron James, we know he needs help, but you got to have a guy like Kawhi. He needs some more people. He needs a better support staff. Because you know what? Let's face it, he's going to start. He probably has a little bit. Maybe we haven't noticed it, but he's start winding down dramatically.
Oh, sure.
As the years go by, he's not a spring chicken.
He's not a spring chicken anymore. From there, we go to one last thing that just happened a few days ago. So Golden State Warriors are in a tie game with the Denver Nuggets.
That's my team.
That's
to
your
win
team.
it all.
To win it all. Golden State.
I don't want them to.
They're looking good.
But prove me otherwise.
Exactly. They're the second best team in the NBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was a little weird. And so what happened was the game was tied. Green jumps up, grabs the rebound, and just rushes down the court. There's like 3 seconds left. He loses the handle. Ball goes out of bounds. Now it's a tied game. They're about to go to overtime. Well, he gets to the bench, and Durant has something to say. He kind of says something like, "You're supposed to pass me the ball." says something, and Green went berserk. So much so that the team has gave him a 1-game suspension for a team, acting inappropriately amongst his teammates and all that, whatever, team conduct or whatever it's called. Now, you saw it. Who is in the right? Should Durant be calling out his teammate right on the bench going into overtime? Could he have waited till they gone to the locker room? Or did Green, or was that the wrong time at the wrong place?
I don't think it was the wrong time for a couple reasons. A, the going into overtime after that, right? So there's no opportunity to wait until halftime. B, when I see something like that, Mitch, I got to get into the head of Durant and say, why is he getting that mad at him? Well, clearly what that says to me, there's a designed play. There's a method to this madness. This is an extremely well-coached team. That's why they keep winning over and over again. And I'm sorry, Draymond Green, but Kevin Durant's a killer. Okay, the guy might be the actual best player on the team. And if there's a design play and you were supposed to do that, then you do that because you cost the team. That's how I see it, Mitch.
Absolutely. Me, I'll be quite honest with you. I think Durant, being that he is who he is, and if you watch the highlights, he's looking straight, yelling. He's not looking at Green because he's scared the crap out of it. He's scared of Green because Green will come over and beat you up even if you're on the same team.
He'll put him in a Boston crab.
100% right on the court. Yeah. Do I think that Durant started it? Absolutely. That could have waited till after the game. If you watch the highlights, Green gets the rebound and he's definitely ripping down the court a little out of control, but he wasn't trying to hurt the team. He was just doing what he does best, which is he got the rebound and he did his job. Did he get the ball to where it was supposed to go? No, he didn't. But you know what, Durant? This is the problem I have with you, man, is that you're such a prima donna that you're willing to tell everyone on the bench that you were supposed to get the ball. You're about to go to overtime. The game's still going. Deal with it after. So I kind of blame Green a little bit. Chill out, man. Relax. But Durant started this whole thing, in my opinion. Yeah,
well, he did start it. I'm not saying that was the right place. All I'm saying is that given the circumstances of how everything panned out, why it couldn't have waited. He's like, no, I'm going to address it right here.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, you know what? Maybe at the end, because I see your point as well, maybe they're just both in the wrong.
There it is.
See what happens when we're working together?
Yeah, see that?
A little bit of you, a little bit of me.
They're both in the wrong. They're both in the wrong.
Shame on you guys.
Shame on both of you. Both should have got a 1-game suspension. Grow up, you bums. You get paid all this money.
This agreeing thing's really, really working today. It's
big today.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to keep it.
I don't like it personally, but it is what it is. Now, from there, we go to the biggest thing that's happened in sports since sports.
Just sport in general.
Okay? Is Sportfolio. Huge. You and me are on fire. The last couple of weeks, we've just hit our mark. Now, with that being said, last week I had a little bit of a I'll back it up. I'm proud to say that I didn't have the greatest week because the streak I was on couldn't last forever. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I went 1-2 last week. Okay? But whatever, one game covered the other one. It is what it is. You lost a couple bucks. No big deal. Relax.
And did you really lose?
And did you really lose? Because you voted no anyways, you losers. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you saved yourself.
See? That's why I fired up, Mitch.
That's it.
That's why it bugs you too.
It does. I should have put money on knowing that we were going to vote no. I knew it.
You know what?
I won't lie to you. I knew it.
Yeah. I knew it too.
So this week for Sportfolio, I'm just doing straight NBA, straight NFL. I'm going to give you my picks right now. In the Carolina-Detroit game, the over-under, 51. You take the over. These two teams are just not, Carolina's scoring, but Detroit, they could score, but I think Carolina's going to score 100 points on them. Yeah, that's how confident I am. 100 points.
Just straight up.
In my next game, I love what you did. I'm not going to give it away to the people. In that Philly-New Orleans game, I love the over. It's a 56. Over on that game, too.
All day long.
And with my final pick, the Kansas City LA Ram Illuminati, I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. Offense rules the NFL now. There is no such thing as defense. The over-under in that game is 63. You take the over. That's right. Over. Dimitri, what do you got?
You know what? That's amazing. I like what you did there. I like it. It's funny you picked that game because I got a little something on that one too. Okay. So yeah, we're not infallible. We're not the popes here.
Right.
We're not
perfect.
We're not perfect.
May seem like it.
I mean, Mr. Perfect was perfect.
He sure was. I saw him throw a ball and he caught it.
First of all, that guy was saving pucks from Mike Modano.
True that.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Mike Modano. He threw a football to himself in the end zone.
In the end zone.
Okay? Rodgers can't even do that.
Like, how many-
Brady's never done
That's
that.
only been done by, I believe, Mariota did that last year in the playoff game too.
And Mariota,
Yeah.
but Mr.
It was a
Perfect
little
guy-
different. It was a little different.
Yeah, a little different.
Little different.
Right? That was against KC.
I think it was.
Yeah.
That's how good KC's defense is. So take the over.
Take the over. So, but yeah, I went 50% last week. But again, when you're thinking of a sportsfolio, you got to look at the entire year. You got to look at the quarter. You got to look at the big picture here.
Right.
But we're not losing you money. And we're not going to start this week either. So, first and foremost, I'm going to go back to the Philadelphia game. Philly, New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans favored by 9 points. Ladies and gentlemen, take Philly to cover that spread.
Ooh, I like that.
They are, you got to remember my logic here. This is a team, okay, that's very familiar with what's happening or what happened last year. So sometimes it brings the best out of you. Good matchup for Philly to kind of get back in gear. I don't know if they'll win it, but I do know they'll cover the points. The other game, no, I'm going to save that one till, we'll do it now. We're in the
do it
NFL. KC, LA. Now, what I want you guys to do, the over's going to hit. Mitch, I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
But bet the under in the first half.
Ooh.
And just counterbalance it in the second
what you're
half
saying,
over.
man.
Okay?
Okay, I got
So you got some options here.
Right.
Next, again, I'm moving across the pond, if you will. Okay? Changing channels to the English channel.
Sure.
Take Liverpool straight up on the money line to win, but I want you, in my sportsfolio here, I want you to bet that heavy. Okay, bet it hard, put a lot of money into it. It's going to be your modest, easy money return. The other one, I'm taking a bit of a risk here, but we got a big barn burner of a game, Tottenham versus Chelsea. Guys, I looked at the numbers. You got a plus 160 for Chelsea, a plus 170 for Tottenham. That says they're paying you money either which way. They're not confident. So guess what? You look at the tie, that's a plus 250. You go the tie.
Love it.
Take it.
Boom. There it is. There are your Sportfolio picks of the week. Enjoy, play responsibly, and when you win, send a little something.
I mean, you know.
Don't be that guy. Don't make me say it.
A little cut.
A little cut. Now, Dimitri, Jeff, believe it or not, we are way ahead of schedule compared to the last couple of weeks.
Really?
We are all flying today, baby.
So basically, we're on time.
On time,
Yeah,
you
we're
got-
finally on time.
However, we're
you got
going to go
like 3
over because
minutes
this
left.
is the best part of the day.
Guys, I'm so happy you waited till the end
Yes.
because the Flames are going to leave thanks
Right.
to you, no voters.
Yeah. Way to go, guys.
Way to go. The Olympics won't be here, but
Don't worry. Don't worry.
we have the blue ring.
That's right.
You'll always get that.
You'll always have it.
You'll get the 4 pieces of rock on rebar at COP.
That's right. But Dimitri, you said it. With the Olympics not coming for sure and the Flames hindering on what they're going to do, people are going to say, well, now what do I do during the winter? Well, don't worry. We, Jeff and yourself and myself, are here to tell you, here's what you do, MAGA Malaka version of things to do since we don't have the Olympics. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Jeff, you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right. Snowshoeing, MAGA or Malaka?
I got to go Malaka on this one. Still, they're tennis rackets. Okay?
100%. Honey, I'm going to tie tennis rackets to my feet and go for a walk
I still think that
in
they're
the
a joke.
wilderness where there's wolves.
I actually still believe that
Oh,
all
yeah,
those
the camper.
Jeff, I believe that all those stores that have snowshoe paddles are actually sex paddles that got shipped to the wrong address.
I got no problem with snowshoeing. Like, if you actually need them to get somewhere and the
Where?
snow is
None
3
of
foot
it?
deep.
Yeah, like,
well, yeah,
but Jeff,
yeah.
This is the thing, man. We all have cars now, planes, boats. There's no reason to put rackets on your feet and go for a walk. There's no reason for it.
We don't need
If
whale
you
blubber.
eat enough granola, there's a reason.
Well, it depends on who you want to listen to. In this case, 2 Greeks say it's Malaka. The lone gentleman to my left is saying it's a MAGA move should you need it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's a stupid move. But if you need it to survive, do it, right?
Fair enough.
We don't need to go snowshoeing
What
here.
about now? Again, you're on your own. You're in the middle of the winter, and you're like, you know what? I feel like skiing, but I don't want to ski down a hill. I want to walk with my skis. Nordic skiing or what's it called? Not biathlon because it's with a gun.
Cross-country.
Cross-country
Cross-country,
skiing.
yeah.
MAGA or MALAKA.
Oh, that's MALAKA.
Of course it's a MALAKA move.
Inefficient process.
What? It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Okay, I gotta disagree with you guys. No, you haven't done it right. You haven't done it right.
Oh, there's a right way, okay?
Yeah, like you go out to Kimberley or Lake Louise. There's trails. There's
Right.
beautiful scenery. It's a workout of your lifetime.
Absolutely.
If you can actually cross
You
country
lost me at
ski-
workout.
If you can actually
I
cross
agree.
country
But Jeff, do you know
ski
where
for
else-
2 hours,
Do you know what that
it's
is?
brilliant.
That's
right?
called an elliptical machine inside a gym where it's warm and there's there's heating.
You know, I've got one. I'm
up
up to 14 minutes on it.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what I always laugh at? You know, when you watch the Olympics, that won't be in Calgary in 2026 because we have about
'Cause you
500,000 idiots living in the city. But anyway,
Right.
so
Tell us how you really feel.
yeah, I'm fired up, Mitch. No, but you know what I love when you watch.
They got some cross-country ski trails out at the Olympic Park because of the Olympics.
Not
we had
anymore.
last
There's
time.
no funding, Jeff.
Yeah.
they're gonna get snowed over.
Well, you can cut some.
Listen,
twigs and put them on your
I
feet
got
or
to tell
something.
you one more thing about cross-country skiing. And I snowboard. I've snowboarded for the last 12 years. I skied avidly before that. I still have skis. I go way too fast on them. There is nothing as terrifying as going down a fairly steep hill with a turn at the bottom on cross-country skis. Because you know you're not
I
making
can
that
That's
turn.
like a train. Right?
Yeah.
They have the
Well, I
little
always
tracks
laugh.
already set up.
I laugh when you're watching the cross country skiing in the Olympics, and then the parts where they have the little downhill slopes, and you see like they're tucking,
Yeah,
and
they're
they're not
tucking.
really going fast. They're like,
That's not entirely
no,
true.
Jeff's talking about something different.
All right.
Anyways,
Next,
you got it.
MAGA or MALAKA. What you can do as well, another form of transportation in this wintry weather, dog sledding. MAGA or MALAKA.
Oh, come on, that's MAGA all the way. Are you crazy?
This is my whole thing with dog sledding, okay?
That's modern day, like
You have to go
winter
and find.
Ben-Hur.
Where are you going to find all these dogs? You have to find like this.
You bred them and grow them and,
Oh,
and get them to love you as if you were one of their own, Mitch.
Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that was the whole process.
I was
fair enough. MAGA, you're right.
I
MAGA.
played up in Yellowknife one time, and I went for a dog sled afternoon, and it was great. It was it was good fun and
Yeah.
a
I
great way
actually
to
have
spend
heard
the
it's quite
afternoon.
fun.
Yeah, it
I
is.
would put on like a gladiator toque. Think of it. You got 12 Siberian huskies guiding you.
Oh, by the way, this is I know kind of off topic, but on topic.
Oh, no.
What's that show I'm watching? The one that you liked before?
Game of
Game of
Thrones.
Thrones, right? Literally,
You know the dire wolves are from Calgary. The guy.
Oh,
the guy's
it's over
on-
here.
Yeah, he's over
No.
here.
I'm only saying because the winter's coming. The winter's coming.
Winter's
Just-
coming.
Yeah,
Mitch.
I'm just letting you know.
Just not in Calgary.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like they really were. It's like 7 years. I haven't got to the episode.
What-
where the
what
winter's
season
coming.
are you in?
3.
Oh,
Yeah.
how many episodes in season
Oh,
3?
by the way, something huge just happened. I don't want to spoiler alert.
Give
I
me-
will. I don't care
Give-
because
what happened? Was it
it's
at
where the guy had to the one king. Sorry, I can't remember all their names. The king was supposed to marry the girl, and then he backtracked because he found a hotter chick.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then they had the wedding.
Rob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rob Stark, yeah.
Rob Stark. So then they had the wedding.
You saw the episode with the wedding.
Oh my god,
No one sees that coming.
buddy, that was excellent.
Crazy. He comes with the
Excellent.
knife. Da, da,
Boom,
da, da,
boom.
da, da. You're
Crazy.
like, what the fuck? There's a kid in there.
It's crazy. Sorry, I digress.
No, don't be
Ice
sorry.
climbing, MAGA or MALAKA?
Oh, that's MAGA to me. If you got the balls to go ice climbing,
Hell no!
why not?
Hell no!
Look at the apparatus.
Hell
That's
no.
Mount Everest stuff.
No, buddy. Let me tell you something. That is not natural to be climbing up ice like that. No, MALAKA. Anyone that does it, you're asking for it. And if I'm walking through snowshoeing myself one day, because God knows I will be, and I see you falling from there, I am not coming to help you,
You won't
because
help.
you should not be climbing up ice. That's it. Done. Done. There's nothing else to say about it. There's nothing
Okay,
else.
I'm sorry. I'm
very
sorry.
hot on this topic.
All right, I got it.
Thank you, Jeff.
What about zoo lights? So for all those that are looking to do something now, we
Look,
have our beautiful zoo.
You can take anything away from me, Calgary.
Yeah.
But do not. And I repeat, do not ever take away the zoo lights that get me going every year.
You know what? Zoo lights should go because it's costing the city too much money.
Well,
NMAP. Who do you think's paying NMAP?
It's an electrical
Nenshi?
bill.
No.
Are those efficient bulbs?
I doubt it. They're not getting illuminated that much. All right, couple
Get
more
those
and we're done.
pandas working.
Yeah.
Building a snowman, MAGA or Malaka?
Well, you know what? Hold on. Are you past the age of 10 or under?
No, you're past. You're past.
Malaka,
Yeah.
give it up. It's a waste of a carrot.
Well, here's another thing that you
You
can't.
guys,
Yeah.
you guys, didn't you just have children? You've got children. You're not going to
she's
build
not
a
10 yet.
Yeah.
She
You're
has
not
until
gonna-
10 to grow up.
No. I don't.
You guys are terrible.
Exactly. I'm with Dimitri on this one.
Come on, look, if I see two adults building a snowman, you're lost.
Oh, go out in the snow and have some fun. You know, come on. Throw snowballs.
Jeff,
at each
I knew
other.
this was gonna cause like literally cause a shitstorm with Jeff. I knew these topics were gonna get to him because he loves his
Jeff's gonna
snowboard. and his
cancel
skiing.
real long.
Yeah.
He's like, guys, I don't think I can have you here anymore.
What do you
What
do?
about- what
What are you
about-
doing? Just talk about sports? At
What
least?
about a great, an awesome brisk walk around Chinook Mall? Because that's what you're going to be doing
Well,
now.
let me tell you,
With or without the snowshoes?
With the snowshoes.
shopping for snowshoes
Oh,
at
shopping.
Sport Check.
That's right.
Look, I got to tell you, that's MAGA because, hey, I think the reason that we don't have the Olympics is because they looked and said, we have Chinook Mall.
That's right.
Where people can just go and walk around in this
Absolutely.
city.
Absolutely.
We have, the exciting stuff in Calgary is unbelievable.
All right, two more and that's it. What about now snowball fights?
MAGA.
MAGA.
At any age.
But you can't do it because it's like some form of assault. So no, you can't do that either now. You can't. You can't throw snowballs. You'll
That-
literally get
that
suspended
should-
from a school.
That should be an Olympic event.
Oh my
And
God.
Calgary was going to
What
be
a
the one to
great
put it
idea.
on the map.
Yeah.
And now the Swedes or the Italians are going to take credit for our moves.
Way to go.
Way to go.
And they're
Calgary.
listening to it because we got downloads in both those.
I got to
cities.
tell you, a couple of years ago, I went out to the COP ski hill there with my kids.
Oh, you should've came over.
We
I
went,
live, like,
we
right
went snowboarding with my boys, and we had a great big snowball fight coming down the hill on our snowboards, and hell, that was fun.
That's
That's
awesome.
like
and then,
James Bond
and then we
shit,
built a
Jeff.
snowman.
Beautiful. Last one. Here we go. This is the opposite of what I said with snow climbing, heli skiing.
Yeah!
Come on, man.
This I
That
give
is-
MAGA to.
That's MAGA.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because you're up and then you're coming down. Not up. You're coming down.
First of all,
yeah.
you're saying, take me to my chopper.
Right.
Fly me.
Take me to the chopper.
Take me to the chopper. Get me to the Himalayas. Okay? Like you're asking for it. Like this is extreme stuff.
This is big. There it is, Calgary. Now you have something to do, and you're welcome.
You're welcome. See, we can't always be pessimistic just because we don't get our way. Look at all
right.
this exciting stuff that you can do in lieu of the Olympics that'll be here.
That's right.
Snowshoeing. You know, Jeff's going to be up
Yeah.
there. He snowshoes up mountains and has snowball fights on his snowboard on the way down.
That's it.
Guy's versatile.
Boom.
He's like a Ginsu knife.
Just for fun.
Exactly. Well, there it is. I got to run to my basketball game. Now, Calgary, way to go. Way to vote no, Calgary. Way to go. Way to ruin the fun in this city. But like I said, we gave you all the answers to what
With
to
that-
do now that the Olympics aren't coming. I got to go shoot some three-pointers indoors. I'm out.
Draining
Thanks for
it.
listening. Daniel, get ready. We're going to rock you, buddy.
We're going to rock your world, Daniel. We're going to rock it. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the show. I know you said no to the Olympics, but we're just more importantly happy that you say yes to Real Locker Room Talk week in, week out. Follow us at Real Locker Room Talk, at Mitch and Dimitri, RealLockerRoomTalk.com, MacroMindMedia.com, AlchemyStudio.ca. Greatest studio pound for pound in the entire world.
Yeah.
This is episode 57 coming at you.
Done.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Got to hit the showers, Mitch.
Bye. I'm going to hit the showers after this. Shower after this. Was it obvious that I was looking at the pre-shower?
No. Did I think I held back.
What about the whole...